Look, you guys know where I'm at with Cyberpunk at this point in time. This 1.2 update is huge for them, okay? It needs to have really big fixes, and they've built this one up as the big one, right? Apparently it was supposed to be the two big ones, but again, they changed it, and this 1.2, almost everything is riding on it here. And I just want to talk about, after the two big updates for January and February, what's next, not only for Cyberpunk, but for CDPR. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are tired of hearing about Cyberpunk, so let's jump to the other super exciting news and talk about that before we go back into the future of Cyberpunk here, and that's The Witcher 4. We know it's coming, guys. I mean, this is CDPR's claim to fame, and we've seen some details and some hints from the developers, and honestly, it's really naive of you to think that Witcher 4 isn't going to be coming with all the success and praise it brought CDPR, and after this whole Cyberpunk thing, I'm sure that The Witcher is going to be a welcome return to the roots for CDPR. And yes, I know a lot of the original developers that worked on The Witcher 3 aren't there anymore, but still, they know what they're doing with The Witcher, and this is a big thing here, okay? Because the marketing is going to have to completely change from what they did with Cyberpunk. They know that they're on super thin ice, so I really don't foresee them giving us any information of something that's not going to be present within the game. Now, here's the shock here, okay? We know that the first three games were a Witcher trilogy, but this next game most likely won't be called Witcher 4 and probably won't be starring Geralt of Rivia. As per Screen Rant and Games Radar, CDPR CEO Adam Kaczynski confirmed that there's going to be another Witcher game, but here's exactly what he said. The first three Witchers were a definition of a trilogy, so we simply could not name the next game The Witcher 4. This does not mean, of course, that we will leave the world of The Witcher, said Kaczynski in an interview with Bankier. The Witcher is one of two franchises on which to build the future activities of the company, he adds. Today, unfortunately, I cannot reveal anything more. Also, to add on to that, the same guy, Adam Kaczynski, said in March 2020 to a group of journalists via Eurogamer Poland, PSU, that a relatively clear concept has already been staked down for the next entry in the Witcher series, but that full production would kick off immediately after Cyberpunk hits the shelves. Now, I'm sure that might have been shifted around a little bit. I know there could be different dev teams working on different stuff, but how many times have they said that their priority right now is improving and optimizing the experience of Cyberpunk? So I wouldn't have been surprised, especially even with the pandemic, that The Witcher might have been put on the back burner a little bit here. But again, there you go. That's confirmation. This isn't just rumors or, me looking at my crystal ball. It's coming, a new Witcher game. And you guys already knew that, right? I mean, come on. This thing is monstrous in the video game world. It is huge and beloved by millions upon millions of people. Alright, now let's go back to the elephant in the room, Cyberpunk, right? So if you take a look at the roadmap that they uploaded a little while back with the whole apology video thing, so we've got the patch 1.1, hotfix 1.11, which have already come out, and then this month we should be expecting patch 1.2. Again, I said, you guys know, a lot riding on this one. And then with a bunch of multiple updates and improvements, we should have free DLCs, it mentions, okay? And this is relatively recent, okay? This is only a few weeks old. It's not like they said this before the game came out and the whole fiasco happened, right? This is with the apology video, so the plan is free DLCs. I would say still in the first, second, or I guess third quarter of 2021, because in the last 2 quarters of 2021, they're planning the free next-gen console upgrade. So you want to have the free DLCs out before then if you can. And to me, this is where they would try to expand and improve the open world. Because like you guys have heard me say, sound like a broken record, it's not just the bugs that are problems with Cyberpunk. There's also a lot of other things that need to be fixed or improved on. Like I said before, the DLCs could add new locations where you add new vehicles, right? A barber shop, okay? Different places where you could customize the cosmetics of your cyberware and things like that. That's where they would kind of touch up on this stuff. And then after the 2021 free upgrade for PS5 and Series X, after that, we don't really know what's going on in 2022, but I would say we can probably expect some paid DLCs, and of course, there's rumors out there that because of the whole fiasco, they might want to reward players by making DLCs that would usually be paid for free. but that's just rumors. We don't know what's going on with that. So they're going to have that because, again, you're trying to revive and kickstart this Cyberpunk franchise, okay? Because they've got a Netflix series also coming out supposedly in 2022 right now. And the big fish. I know you guys have heard about it. You guys are wondering, Cyberpunk Online. Now, as of right now, it's still slated for 2022, but I would say don't be surprised if we see it even in 2023. And this isn't just development stuff, okay? It's not just how much time it's going to take for them to develop and get everything right with the online, but it's also they have to fix their personal image, their reputation. They're dealing with lawsuits also, which are definitely hampering things. They're understaffed. Like, they really don't want to have a part 2 to this fiasco that they're having here. So I wouldn't be surprised if multiplayer gets pushed on the back burner big time, okay? Like 2023, because we know they want some of that GTA Online moolah. We know that's why they're doing this, right? And of course, a ton of people want to be able to play in Night City with their friends here. But like they said, and look, I don't believe them on very much these days, but I believe them when they say that they want to improve the game's experience. They're not just going to say, okay, peace out, see ya. No, they're going to try to improve it. Maybe not the best they can, but they're going to try to improve it. But I want to throw this rhetoric out to you guys, because I know a lot of you guys are saying, oh, I love the game, even if it's not improved, blah, blah, it's already great, this and that. Here's the thing. That may be true for you. You might have had a great experience. And again, I'm with a lot of people where the people who are saying on PS4 or Xbox One that they've had no issues whatsoever. I don't know if I believe that. But the thing is, if CDPR says, oh yeah, the game's great, just a few bug fixes and it's fine, you're neglecting and kind of shunning off a whole group of players, and that is really not good for them because they want to make this thing as huge as they possibly can. They're not looking for Cyberpunk to be like a Hitman or something in terms of popularity. No shade at Hitman, but they're swinging for the big guns, okay? They want to be up there in terms of sales and popularity with the Red Deads and the Grand Theft Autos of the world, okay? That's where they want to be. So in order for them to do that, they really need to win over a whole lot of people, and they need to do it the right way, honestly, without crunching the crap out of their employees. So it's a tough task for them, and we've heard the rumors that they're understaffed, like I said. So that's why they're not just going to stop. They're not going to be like, oh, a couple updates and see ya. We lied and we're going to keep lying. Huh? No, they want to make this thing huge, and honestly, at this point, their company kind of relies on that, and it's kind of hanging by a thread on the rhetoric and the idea that they're going to fix Cyberpunk. And that's not just because of what I said, the players leaving and not trusting them and maybe not buying their games, and then they're not as popular as they were before, as trusted, but the lawsuits too. The lawsuits are hanging in the balance of that what I just said. And when people keep saying, dude, let it go, it's not going to be like it was at E3, how many times do I got to say, dude? It's not about it being what it was at E3. It's never going to be like that. It was never going to be like that, truly, even from the beginning. But I just want it to be good enough. And yes, in a lot of ways it is. The story is exceptional. I love the weapons. The combat is awesome. But there's some things that are really subpar that are unacceptable. And this is not just performance. So many people are saying, oh, it runs fine. It's not just performance, okay? I'm talking about, again, the NPCs, the driving, the customization. These are basic, not just RPG stuff, but open world things that have been there since San Andreas, GTA 3. That's why I think there's no other choice than for them to actually go in and fix this game. Like, they can't just kind of go at it half, and then release the online. No, it's not going to work. That's why I'm saying the online is really pushed on the back burner here, because they have a ton of other things they're trying to juggle before they get to that point. So that's what's next for them, and I'd be surprised if they threw any type of curveballs here, because we know what their priorities are. They know what their priorities are. They just got to roll up their sleeves and get to it. Alright guys, that's going to do it for me here. I mean, I post gaming content every single day if you're interested in that type of stuff. I mean, yes, I do a lot of Saints Row, but I'm trying to switch it up a little bit. Do a bunch of different stuff because I'm interested in so many different games. Far Cry, Hogwarts Legacy, Assassin's Creed, right? Elden Ring, GTA 6. It's all over the place for me here. So that's why I like calling this an open world games channel. And if it's a good open world game, I'm going to cover it. So if that sounds like something interesting to you, make sure you subscribe and like this video. See you in the next one.